Okay, guys, when you start your printmaking project, which will look like kind of like this when you're done, or the other examples on the screen, the first thing you're going to do is going to start with a regular piece of this 4.5 by 6-inch printer paper that you're going to draw your picture on. So you draw your picture on here, and then once you draw your picture on the paper, you take these styrofoam printmaking boards that we have, and you put your paper on top of the board, and you simply trace back over your lines, pushing in to make the mark. And I'll show you on this other side. You just simply push back in onto the paper, so you're tracing the exact design that you drew. So you only have to draw once. And then here you do this line, and then you go back in and you just trace back over all of your lines to transfer. And I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it transfers the line onto the foam. And then once you do that, I took a ballpoint pen and I went back over it again to kind of push them in a little further. And because what we're doing is called relief printing, where we push into the foam, and then what gets printed is the positive space. The positive space would be all the white space. The negative space would be where the lines are, where the white is. Okay? And the great thing about printmaking's been around for thousands of years, and the great thing is you can make multiple prints, like on the example, out of one printmaking block. And when artists make prints, they'll run like a series of 100 prints. This would be a print, okay? A proof will be something that we make on simpler paper, like just newsprint, or this is the thicker, heavyweight paper that we used to draw with. But when you sign a print, what you want to do is on one side you want to put your name right underneath the corner. I'll put Mr. Kaser, and the name of this is Lighthouse. And then this is one of one, because I only made one print of this in orange, okay? The great thing is you can print on different colored ink on different papers, and I'll show you that in the next tutorial. But the first thing you're going to do today is use the books to come up with a picture, and I would like you to stay away from logos and comic book characters and things like that. I want you to try to draw something more realistic from a magazine or from one of the books that we have. Bugs are also interesting. Lighthouses, buildings, scenes, things like that are really interesting. And there's all kinds of different stuff we'll do with them. So this is step one. Then you trace on to the block and you get step two. Then you go over it with the ballpoint pen. And then you put ink on this. We'll roll ink on this, and we'll put it onto the paper, and we'll flip it over and gently rub the back of the paper, counting to 100. And then when you peel off the paper, you peel it off by literally peeling it off that direction, and you'll get a print, okay? And we're going to make a series of at least 5 good prints. Okay, this would be an okay print, but you usually don't want this. But with the blocks we're using, sometimes it's a little hard to get a really, really nice print. So we're going to do the best we can. But that's our next project, printmaking.